Hello. Hello, Facebook. I just want to make sure that I'm live and that you guys can hear me. Hello, hello. How's everybody doing today? Happy Thursday. For those of you that don't know me, I am Erin Sell with Socially Powered, and I help ENSOMA with their social media management. I'm just going to check over here and make sure that we are actually live, and I want to share this out. So if you're watching, if somebody could let me know that you hear me. Okay, there we go. I see that we are live. Okay, I think we're good. Let me know if you can't hear me, because that would not be fun. Because then you'd just be staring at my face and trying to read my lips. So I'm doing a takeover today. Amy couldn't be here today, and so we had talked about, well, we didn't really want to not do the live stream, so she asked me if I would come and talk to you guys. So I decided that we would talk about getting over the fear of live streaming. You may or may not know, I started working with ENSOMA a few months ago, and I'm going to share this out real quick before I dive into all of this on my own page, which is something that you should do when you're live streaming. If you're live streaming from a business page, you should share out your live streams to your personal page to encourage people to come over and watch your live video. And actually, it's kind of funny. Amy and I just had this conversation the other day. When you first go live, you should probably take the first minute or two to wait for people to get on and join you watching live. So you can take a couple minutes, and if you are watching the replay of this, you can fast forward to 1 or 2 minutes when I really start diving into the content and the meat of what we're going to talk about. So when I first started working with ENSOMA, we had talked about the power of live streaming, and they're taking risks. If you saw her, she was on the podcast. Now I'm blanking on the name. It is How to Raise a Maverick, and she talked about helping your kids take risk to move forward. So what we did with Amy was we took baby steps. She started with just going live on her personal page, and then she just showed it to a couple people. And then as she got more comfortable, then she let it go public on her personal page. And now she actually does her live streaming on the ENSOMA page, and she looks like a pro. So I want to put this out there. If you guys have any questions during the broadcast, please be sure to leave your questions in the comments, and I will try to answer them. So what I'm using today, and Amy and I haven't got there yet, but at some point, hopefully we'll actually get her to use BeLive, which I think is a great tool. So the thing is, for BeLive, and I'm going to talk about this more in depth. What I'm using right now is it's the free version of BeLive, so I've only got 20 minutes, so I'm going to have to be extremely mindful of my time. So I want to go through a few different things. First up, I want to talk about why you should be live streaming. So the main reason you want to be live streaming is that it is the absolute, no doubt about it, most authentic way that you can communicate with your audience. And you get people love seeing the real, live, raw you. The great thing about live video is it's real, and you never know what's going to happen. I can't tell you how many times I've been live streaming, and dogs walk into the room, somebody knocks on the door and the dogs go crazy. You never really know what's going to happen. So people spend 8 times longer watching live video versus a pre-recorded video that's been edited and made to be perfect, right? So let's go into, I'm going to change up. So you can see here, I'm going to talk about how I'm doing this, but you can change up what's showing on your bottom here. You see where it says, let's talk live streaming. So now I'm going to change this up. So the 3 things you need to go live. This is super simple, and you can get started with live streaming for less than $50. First thing you need, you probably have in your hand or in your pocket, and that is a smartphone. And you can see, there's my puppy dog there. So pretty much everybody has a smartphone. The next thing you want, and I've got all my props back here, is a tripod. You want to make sure that you have a steady, something to steady. I'm going live from my desktop, so of course it's steady because it's sitting on my desk. But if you are out and about and you want to go live, I highly recommend a tripod or a mount to hold whatever device you're going live from. So this is my absolute favorite tripod. It's by Archon Mounts, which I talk about all the time. I love Archon Mounts, and if you want this specific tripod, it's about $20, but you can save 20% if you use my discount code, which is ERINCELL, ERINCELL. And I will share all of these links in the comments after this, so that if you're interested, you can go save 20%. The next thing you need is a mic, which I actually have an ATR mic connected to my computer, so that's what you're hearing me on today. But if you're going live while you're out and about, you can use, this is a Movo mic, and they're about $15 on Amazon, and it just plugs directly into your phone. However, if you're using an iPhone, and I'm not sure about Android because I don't use an Android device, you do need this little adapter, which I believe you can get on Amazon for about $10. Yeah, you can pay more for a better mic. I mean, I actually think this mic works great. And like I said, it's like $15 on Amazon. There is a lot of people that recommend like a Rode lavalier mic, which I think is maybe like $70 on Amazon. So those are the main 3 things you need. So easy. iPhone, tripod, and a mic, especially if you're going live outside. I do not recommend going live outside if you don't have a mic. So you can see my background here. This is my office. I did buy this background panel, whatever, from, I think I got it from Walmart for around $40. But you don't need to have a professional setting. I did a live summit earlier this week, and we actually went to a library here in town, and we had a nice green screen behind us, so we can do, a bunch of cool stuff with our videos after the fact. But you don't necessarily need a, production style background. You can do it from wherever. In fact, hopefully you guys have all seen this, but I wanted to talk just briefly about one of the most viral videos out there. And if you don't know, Candace Payne, she's known as Chewbacca Mom. She left Kohl's one day. She went and got this Chewbacca mask, put it on, was sitting in her car, and just started cracking up. She did I'm looking at the stats here. She did, as of right now, I looked last night, she has over 171 million views on her Facebook video. She has almost 3.5 million shares of that video, 18,000 comments. And, Kohl's actually took advantage of this video. And what they did was they actually went to her house, gave her a whole bunch of gift cards to the Kohl's store. They gave her all the Star Wars gear. She has been on Good Morning America along with countless other media outlets. She's basically now an internet sensation. She actually has a new book coming out on November 7th, which I think is pretty cool. It's called Laugh It Up. If you want to check it out, if you haven't seen the video, which I'm shocked if you haven't, but I will post that link in the comments so you can go have a laugh this afternoon. And I'll also post the link to Candace's book because, I'm actually thinking I'm gonna purchase it because I'm sure it's good. I want to go through now some of the best practices. So I'm going to change this up again, the best practices for going live. First thing you want to do when you're going live is make sure that you create a compelling title. Why do people want to come in and watch your live, right? You want to have focus. You want to have a plan. So I've got notes over on the side of my live, so I can see you guys that I'm going live, but I've got notes so I can stay on track because there's certain things I want to talk about. And like I said, I'm going to go through this Be Live stuff shortly, so you can see what I'm doing with the lower thirds here. So you want to have focus. You want to acknowledge your audience when people come in. Say hello, welcome them, ask them questions. Where are they coming in from? If you guys want to type in your comments below, tell me where you're coming in from, where you're watching from, and start conversations. You want to have a clear call to action. So my call to action today is really, I just wanted to introduce myself and give you guys some good tips and tricks for live streaming. And I also want to invite you to a live event that I'm hosting here in Denver if you're around. So this is kind of fun too. I'm gonna post this up here. One of the great things that you can do with Be Live is you can actually show your people's comments. So Megan, thanks for joining us. I popped your comment up there. So it's kind of fun. I'm gonna go back to our best practices, but thanks for being here, Megan. So you want to be yourself. And this is where I was talking in the beginning about being authentic. Don't try to be like, if you're all polished and perfect, and then somebody meets you in real life and that's totally not who you are, then the two things just don't go together. So be yourself. Like I said, ask questions, interact and engage. So you want to have conversations with the people that you're talking to that are watching you online. So hence why I said, welcome, Megan. Happy to have you here. Thank you for being here. I would love it if you would share out this broadcast. The next tip that I have for you is to be consistent. So, you know, Amy's been doing her live videos every Thursday at 1 o'clock. And you don't have to do it every week. You could even, let's just say you go live once a month, but you tell your people, hey, the third Friday of every month, I'm going to be live right here on Facebook at 1 o'clock. That way they know where to find you. Have a plan and a purpose. I already kind of talked on that. You kind of want to have an outline of what you're going to talk about. And then the last thing, and this is extremely important, is that you want to make sure that you have great audio. So that's why you want to get a mic. You want to have a mic. So people can hear you, because actually the audio can overcome if your video doesn't work. Because let's be honest, you never know when you're going to lose your Wi-Fi or your bandwidth goes in and out and, you know, the video sucks. But if they can still hear you, then you're good. Okay, I'm going to go through these quickly because I believe I'm running out of time, since I am using BeLive.tv. I am using the free version, which means I get to broadcast twice a week for free. And that's what I'm using today. So I'm going to pop up this tech. Yay, tech. So BeLive, it offers a bunch of different options for you to choose from. You can do solo broadcasts. You can do interview style broadcasts, which is actually, I'll talk to you guys about that. Next week, I'm going to go live, but I'm actually going to do an interview style broadcast. And I will be using BeLive for this. So I'll be bringing somebody else on and we'll be having a conversation. The other thing that you can do is talk show style, which allows you to bring in multiple people. You can do the on-screen comments. So like I showed you earlier, it's super easy. You just click show or hide when you want to show the comments. So welcome. So you see how easy this is? I can switch this up and then I can go back to what I'm talking about, tech. You can also do photo sharing. So you could bring photos from your Facebook page onto the screen. This is a great way if you wanted to present slides or share photos from a trip or whatever it is you want to share. You can also do on-screen updates. So like I've been doing, where I've gone through, we started with Let's Talk live streaming, the 3 things you need to know. the best practices, tech. So Be Live has four different options. They've got the free version, which is what I'm using. They've got a light version, which is $12 a month. It gives you up to 16 broadcasts per month. You are able to upload logos and branded colors, which is actually really great. I probably should just, pony up and pay for the at least the light version, because then you can have your logo. So you see up in the I'm like, where am I pointing? Over there. You can see that's the Be Live logo. I could actually put my logo up there, so you'd be seeing my logo instead of theirs. This also offers you the talk show format. You have to be paying to get the talk show format. Then there's the standard version. Really, the only difference there is you get unlimited broadcasts. You get screen sharing. You get custom branded frames, which are cool. And actually, I need to figure out how I do my frames, because I know there's a way. Maybe I can't do it with the free version. I'll have to check into that. I will check into that and get back to you guys. And then there's enterprise version. This would be if you were working with bigger clients. So my BeLive.tv commercial is now over. But I really wanted to share this great tool with you guys, because it's a great way to make your live streaming videos look more professional at little to no cost to you. So I did want to invite you guys, if you are in the Denver area, I am doing a training on Tuesday, November 7th at the Peace Cellar. It's starting at 6 o'clock. We're going to do some networking, and then we'll do about an hour and a half and hopefully it's going to be a super engaging training. I'll have some slides, but then we're going to do a live demo of Facebook and Instagram. We're going to go through some live streaming stuff. I have put together an amazing, if I do say so myself, content calendar template that's got all sorts of good tools and resources. It's a great template for you to get started planning your 2018 content. So I will leave the link to that in the comments below so you can RSVP. I just want to say a huge thank you to Amy and Mark at ENSOMA Studios for letting me do this takeover today. It's been super fun. And then I wanted to invite you guys all to come back next week for my live interview with Teresa Adams. And Teresa is the founder of Executive Career Consulting and the managing director of Blue Water Search. She is a talent matchmaker who ignites possibilities. She mixes personal empathy, precise data, and bold intuition to connect people to their callings and companies to human solutions. So I'm super excited to have Teresa here with me next week. I hope you guys will come back and join us for Teresa's Insights. It's going to be fun. So wishing everybody a very happy Thursday, and I will see you next week.